There we go. Hopefully we get started here. Just make a few adjustments, stuff like that. And we'll see if we get everybody to come hang out. We'll wait a couple minutes here before I get going. Hopefully my audio is good. Hopefully the audio is good and we'll go. I don't expect anybody to come in, but I got my tablet here. All right, we'll see if this one's any better. See if this is any better. All right, so maybe we got it. Hoping we got some internet issues, technical issues done. All right, anyway, welcome in. Today I'm going to be transplanting a bunch of stuff into the garden, into the raised beds. Adjust this a little bit. And right now I'm going to start out with some onions. This is my first live, so I'm just trying it out. See how it goes. I'm going to try and pay attention to chat. But yeah, I mean, first time live. I've been doing this. This is my third year of gardening. So I'm just going to be transplanting and we'll get a bunch of stuff going here. So here's what we're going to start with. I got a bed. This is a 4-foot, 2-foot bed. I planted a bunch of onions indoors. They're pretty leggy right now, but I think we're done with our freeze. I think we're done getting cold. At night, we might still get down in the low 50s, but I think we're good. So what I did to kind of prep this out was I just put toothpicks in the ground of where I want to plant these or where I want to transplant these onions. And so that's what we're going to get started with. So I do have this. These are all onions. I got 36 onions in here. At least that's what I planted. But I should have more because I usually plant 2 seeds per cell just in case one doesn't grow. Then the second one will grow and we'll be good. So I'm going to transplant these bulb onions. These are bush hybrid onions. And we're going to transplant them into the ground. And yeah, so we'll start with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transplant these. And then after I'm done, I will fill this bed up with some dirt. After we're done, and I'll water them in and all that good stuff. So, all right. So we're going to start out. Oop, hang on a sec. I'm looking for my shovel. I don't remember where I put my shovel. My little hand shovel. Give me a second. I'm unprepared. I apologize. Here we go. All right. So a little unprepared, but it's all right. First live. I get a little break. Yeah. Appreciate it. So we're going to start here. I suppose I really don't need the shovel. My dirt really needs to be watered. All right, so I'm going to take these and I'm just going to take these little cells and I'm going to push up. Take this one out. And they're not working out so well. The water or the soil in here is so wet. That I'm really going to have some problems but we're going to plant them anyway. We're going to plant them anyway and then go from there. So I appreciate you. If anybody's stopping in, anybody hanging out, appreciate you. Again, just it's my third year gardening. Haven't done any lives since I started. This is my first live. So again, we'll try it out, see how it goes. Hey boy. My little lab is out here helping me out. My little lab is out here helping me out. I'll show him a little bit. He's old. He's old, getting pretty slow. I'll hate the day when it comes that we have to do what we have to do. All right, so like this one here, I planted two. And you can see the two. So I'm going to pull the first one out and plant that. I hope these turn out because they're very, very leggy, very thin. Might be a little early on planting them, but it's okay. We're still going to try it out. And so what I did was I put just toothpicks in the ground on where I wanted to plant these. So in here, I originally planted 36 cells. I planted 36 cells and I put 2 seeds in each cell. So I'll end up with more, which is fine because in this bed I got room for 52 the way that I have them spread out. So I think this will work out just fine. I think it'll work out just fine. So we're almost done with the back row already. These will go pretty quick. But I got a bunch of stuff that I'm planting today. So hopefully you hang out. Not the most exciting. I'm not one of those hyper focused people or get hyper and get all loud and crazy and stuff like that. That's just not me. Just kind of like to go. I'd like to interact with the chat a little bit. If we can start getting some chatters, that'd be great. Anybody say hi or anything like that, it'd be awesome. So I got 2 again. And so yeah, we're just going to keep rolling here and planting these bush hybrid onions. Into our bed. And go from here. If you notice, it's not real sunny out. It's nice out. I got some good light. But when you transplant these, you want some overcast. So that way, when you put your new stuff in the ground, it doesn't totally get beat up by the sun. So you definitely want somewhat of a partly cloudy day where the sun's not totally out and can beat up your stuff that you're transplanting. If you're just coming in, we're transplanting some bush hybrid onions into a 4-foot by 2-foot bed. Back behind me, you can see I got the garlic. I planted that the first week in November. And so that's doing really good. I'm happy with the garlic so far. It's almost a foot tall, so that's pretty cool. But I planted 36 cloves of garlic, so I should end up with 36 bulbs. And we'll see what happens. Now, with garlic, just kind of off topic here, but with garlic, there's always been some discussion about whether you leave on a clove of garlic, whether you leave the wrapper on or not. So I did a little test. All of these, I left the wrapper on except for one. And there's this little one here in the corner that's not doing, you can't see it very well, but it's only about this high. So from here on out, I think I'll probably leave the wrappers on. So just a little knowledge there, I guess, from what I'm testing. But yeah, right now we're just doing the bush hybrid onions. These will all turn into bulb onions, red onions. They're pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of red onions, but these are actually really good. Planted them last year, got about a last year or so. So I want to plant many more because we use those right up. We use a lot of onions, so I definitely wanted to plant more this year than what I had last year. And I think we might have 3 of them in this one. Nope, it's just the 2. All right. So my water that I had in these cells is so wet right now that I don't know how this is going to work out, but so the soil isn't staying together as I take them out of the cell. So I'm hoping these will still work out, because a lot of the times I'm just having to take the onion with the root. You can see the root there. And try and bury that. So we're not doing bad. Not doing too bad. I'm trying some new things out in the garden here this year that I'll make a video or 2 on. I have one so far that I haven't uploaded yet when I planted the carrots. And I'll go into that when I post that video. So I got to take these and I have to split them because I have more than one in here. So there's 2 small ones here. So you got to split them up and then plant. Hopefully everybody's doing okay today. Everybody's having a great day, a great week so far. I know it's just Monday. I'm trying to leave a little bit up above the dirt as much as I can. I know these aren't doing very great. They didn't grow very good in the house. It's been about 3 weeks. Maybe, yeah, it's been about 3 weeks since I planted these in the house. So they've grown really good, other than being thin and leggy and So we'll see what happens. So yeah, I'm just going through and planting. You can see my, I don't know if you can see my little toothpicks here. I got rows of toothpicks. That's where I'm planting them. And so they're coming out pretty good. Some of them seem a little thin. And so hopefully they'll do okay and take to the sand and the soil and start getting strong again. I'm going through this pretty quick. I mean, this is pretty simple. Pretty simple on how you want to, however you want to do it. Get your hands in the dirt. Feel the earth. Sometimes these are hard to, not hard, you just got to be very careful when you start pulling them apart. So that way you don't rip the roots. And I think we got another one in here. So there was 3 of them in that one. Where are we at? Here. We had 3 of them in that cell, so that's pretty good. So I mean, they germinated pretty well. They germinated well in the house. So hopefully we get them out here and they can grow and make us some onions. So we're just transplanting onions today, bush hybrid onions. These will be some red bulb onions. Since we use a lot of onions, I only got like a dozen last year. So this year I'm planting 50-ish, something like that. If I run out of ones that I've already pre-planted in the house, then I'll just plant seeds in these other ones, in these last ones. I think I'm going to run out or run low. That's okay. Yeah, they're pretty weak. They're pretty weak. So I'm hoping after I get done with this, after I get done with the live, what I'll do is water these in, throw a little fertilizer down with it, and we'll just wait, see what happens. That's kind of what they look like. That's the root. So yeah, this is my first live. Just never decided to go live before this. It's my 3rd year gardening, 3rd season. If you go back, look at my chats. I mean, I started right when I started gardening. I started doing videos from when I first brought some plants home from the garden center. toothpick in there somewhere. There we go. So yeah, this third season gardening, and we don't have anything in that one. There's a little one that was trying. Looks like it died. Oh, we got a little root in there. We'll plant it. Appreciate anybody stopping in. I know it's not all that exciting. It's not all that exciting, but in these times, you got to grow your own food because one, who knows what being put in our food nowadays. Two, the prices of food. I mean, how much do you pay for a couple of tomatoes at the grocery store? It's ridiculous. Thievery. I think we're going to be a couple short. We'll see how this turns out. See how it turns out. Even if I can get 3/4 of these to grow right and produce, I mean, there's going to be 53 of them. So even 2/3 of them, that'll still give me 35-ish, something like that. Math is math. But I'll still be happy with all those. All right, where are we at? I'm losing my spot. It's there. This one here. Moving so much dirt around my toothpicks are getting buried. We got one more. Hope everybody's having a great Monday. Hope you, your friends, your family are all safe, healthy, and happy. Hope everybody's good. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Hope you got some great plans for this week coming up. So we're just getting these last ones in the ground here. Trying to get some of this wet dirt with them, the wet soil with them. Yeah, I think we're only going to be a couple short, which isn't bad. So what I'll have to do, I think I'm going to be 3 short, 4 short maybe, and I'll just plant some seeds later to fill in the rest. Losing my damn spot here. Losing my spot. All right, I got one more hiding in here. All right, that's the onions. I'm gonna put my labels in. I got a few of them made, so I'm just gonna throw them in all the corners. Throw them in all the corners so I know what's in here. And then we'll just throw one in the middle. Yeah, so that's the onions. And so what else I have in here, and I may need to let this go a couple more days. I got some bullnose peppers. I'm not so sure about those. I may plant them anyway. And then one basil that's just starting to come up. And I forgot my sheet in the house on where I was planting everything. But I'm pretty sure that the peppers are going to go back here. So I'm going to plant these bullnose peppers anyway. I'm going to plant these bullnose peppers anyway. Let me fix this. Just taking you with me. I got to do some adjustments here. Hopefully this is good. Where are we at? Yeah, I think that'll be good. I think that'll be good. And I appreciate you stopping in. If you're just hanging out, straighten that up. All right, so the next ones I got are bullnose peppers. And what I'm going to do, so I'm going to put 2 here and 2 here. Right, I'm trying to space everything out a little bit. These are chives from last year. If you can see those. Those are chives from last year, so those are doing pretty good. And so we're going to take some bullnose peppers. And they're small. They're small, but we'll plant them anyway. See how it goes. Split these apart because there's 2 of them in there. And I'm going to put one here in the corner. I try to use the 1 foot by 1 foot method. So I got 1 foot here, and I'm going to plant 2 plants in this one. So I'll have one here in the corner and then one here in the other corner. So we got those. We're going to put the bull with my tag here. And then the second one is going to go here. I also have 2 in this cell, which they're doing okay. Little small, but our days and nights should be just fine here. A little more worried about these peppers because the peppers like heat. They like hot days, warm nights. So we'll see what happens. I brought my labels out here too. Where did I put those? Give me 1 second. I'm looking for my labels so I can plant the second one. Hopefully I have another one made up. Nasturtiums. I got some nasturtiums around here somewhere. I just planted some. Oh, here's nasturtiums are back here in this other bed. Peas, broccoli, thyme. Tomatoes, shallots, zucchini. I don't know if I have spinach, broccoli. Nope. All right, we'll have to come back out for that one. So those are the peppers. And yeah, that's what we got so far. I do have one little basil left here. I mean, I might as well plant it out somewhere. Peppers, basil, we should be good. I'll just plant this other basil right here. Plant this other basil right here in the middle. That'll work out. I had a plan, but got to kind of deviate from the plan once in a while. All right, let's put it right here. Sweet basil. So we're doing pretty good. I have more to do, but I got to get my paper from inside the house. That's showing me where I'm planting everything. I still have more. I got flavor burst peppers. Those haven't come up, so I may have to replant those. Didn't turn out so well, so we'll see what happens. Give me a minute. I'm going to grab my paper from inside, and then I can continue with the bigger stuff that I have. So give me a minute, and I'll be right back. All right, don't mind me. I just got to get a little. I got to get a little situated here. Put this one down. Hopefully the sound is good. Had a couple of people stop in, but nobody said the sound wasn't good. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Here. Scratching and trying to move this microphone around. I apologize. All right, let me adjust some things. And I think we'll just move over here. Hang with me for a minute. Hang with me for a minute. Sorry for the sounds if they all right, we're going to move this right here, I think. See what this looks like. I'm just making some adjustments here. If anybody's in, making some adjustments, moving beds, so we can plant some more stuff. Here's what I've been growing in the house. I figured I'd go live for it just because something new. I haven't really done it before. It looks like my video's choppy too. I don't know, man. I'm outside, kind of away from the internet. I got Starlink, so I'm kind of away from it. Still making adjustments. Still moving around a little bit. I'll need my shovel for this. All right, so in here, I planted some cilantro right here by seed just the other day. So we'll see what happens with that. And you got to watch other stuff in your beds as seeds come from trees that are nearby and bird droppings and all kinds of stuff. So pay attention to your beds, what's growing, stuff like that. Get them out. Get them out. The dirt's still a little damp underneath, but I will water all this stuff in once we get going. So the first thing that I'm going to plant here is going to be some San Marzano tomatoes. I gotta find them in here. All right, so there's bear with me here. All right, so these are my San Marzanos. They're not doing good today. I brought them out to get I brought them out the last couple of days to start to get them hardened up. And yeah, they're not doing so hot. Real weak. But we'll see what happens. So I'm going to plant San Marzanos back in this corner. And these two spots right here. And since I don't have anything here, I'll probably plant them here too, because I have a few extras. So we'll start in the back corner. San Marzano tomatoes. These are fantastic. We made a bunch of paste with these San Marzano tomatoes. Last year, man, I got a mess going here. All right, let's plant this one right away. And with tomatoes, you want to plant them deep. These first leaves here, those are like fake leaves. Just when they first sprout out of the ground. These are the first leaves that they get. I'm going to leave those on for now. Usually you want to take them off, but you want to plant them deep. Get a lot of that root underneath the ground. So we'll do that. And what I'm going to do is, again, I do the 1 foot by 1 foot. So each space is a foot, right? Cilantro, I got 1 foot here. These San Marzano tomatoes, I'm going to do 2 per foot. Let's take this one out. We'll do 2 per foot. You want to be careful when you're taking these out. You just kind of want to squish the edges until that soil keeps or starts coming out. Just like that. You can see the roots. So the root system seems to be pretty good. And there's actually 5 of them in this cell. So I'm gonna have to break these up quite a bit to get the right ones out. And I think we'll just go like, again, you want to put these in pretty deep. You can get a lot of those stem and the roots down in the ground. Get it standing up by itself. Give it some support. And we're going to do more over here. I know these are going to be too close when the time comes to start growing them and everything else. But it's going to have to do. You see how much of that stem and root I put underneath the ground? Most of it. And we'll put another one here. And if I have to trim these, thin them out a little bit later, then that's what I'll do. Just cut one of them down. These are really close together, and it's going to be a pain. But I have this netting, and I'll do a video on this later probably, because I got a new trellis that I have that I'm trying out. I got 2 of them, so I put one together already, and I'll probably do another video putting the other one together as I show you the finished product here. Slugs, snails. Chuck that out in the yard. All right, so so far we got 2 or 4 San Marzanos in, and I got to put 3 more. So let's see. And I got 3 in this one as well. So once again, you want to be very careful when you're taking these out. Got some good roots in there. Got some good roots. So let's take these. You want to be careful that you're not ripping the roots apart. It's not deep enough. There we go. And you got to be careful. Look in your soil. Hands are all dirty, but you got to be careful for these little things. Little orange round things right there. You squeeze them. I think those are the those white butterflies. I think those are the eggs, and they will hatch caterpillars and worms and stuff like that. Things that you don't want in your garden. So if you can pull those out as much as you possibly can, you want to do that. You gotta be very careful. Pulling these apart. And we're planting these deep. Once again, you'll see that I'm planting them really deep. So that way most of the stem, all the roots and most of the stem is underneath the ground. That'll give it some strength. I don't know what that is. Little caterpillar already growing. Kill those things. And if you didn't get down deep enough, just kind of make a little mound. Make a little mound for it. So that way it has more support. Because you definitely want to support the stems, so that way the roots can grow. You don't want a big wind coming up or anything like that and ripping them out. So I got one more San Marzano. I don't have anything planned for right here, so I'll just plant this extra one right here, and we'll see how it goes. I mixed up all this soil about 2 weeks ago, and I threw a bunch of vermiculite into the soil. That'll help keep some water in, and also, I mean, it'll help drain water too. All right, so that's the San Marzano. The next one we have are the Brandywine tomatoes. Those are going to be some bigger, meatier tomatoes. The San Marzanos are more of a paste sauce type tomato. The Brandywines are going to be fantastic on your burgers, and we also made some sauce with them last year. We had a few of them that we made sauce with, so those will be the next ones. And those are both going to here and these two spots here. Now last year in this bed, I had a rabbit dig a hole and have babies right over here. Just crazy. They ate up all my squash. I didn't want to get rid of them. They were little baby bunnies, you know. So I didn't want to get rid of them. So they lived. They ate a bunch of my squash. So yeah. Anyway, Brandywine tomatoes. That's what we're going to put next. There's a Brandywine. Here's one Brandywine. I think I have another one. Yep, this one here. All right, so these are all Brandywine tomatoes. These are really good. They did very well last year. Not so much the year before, but they did really good last year. So, once again, let's start with this one here. Brandywine tomatoes. Be careful taking them out. Squish the sides. Let that dirt drop out with the roots. So those are doing really good. And I got a little extra spot here too, since I only did one San Marzano right here behind the board. So I'll probably put another one of these Brandywines over there. All right. Let's take this one. I'll bury that nice and deep. And plant another one here. See, this is when you got to be careful. When you got two of them that are right next to each other like that, you don't want to just rip them apart because then you'll damage the roots. So if you can gently pull them apart, see they start getting together down there. That way you don't damage the roots because you don't want to do that. And you want to be careful that when you're putting the dirt back over it, that you don't damage the stem. Just nice and easy. Give it some support. Give it a little mound. All right, so that's two Brandywines. Here's another one. We're going to put this one back here with that San Marzano. And we'll see how that turns out. That stuff from last year growing. I don't know what that is. That might be a squash. Let's turn this a little bit. Oops, sorry about that. All right, so two Brandywines. I got to put a Brandywine back here. This was a San Marzano. And we're going to put Brandywines over here too. So the problem is, well, I left space open. So I'll put Brandywines here and here because I have an extra spot. We'll take these out. And I know my camera positioning here isn't the greatest, but we'll be okay. We'll be all right. And we'll just split these up. Got three of them in this one. We're going to take this one out. We don't want that one. Once again, be very careful. The leaves will get tangled, so you got to be careful with that. Actually, that one should have been back farther. I'm just going to move that one. It's okay if these, if your stems go at an angle a little bit on these tomatoes. You'll see a lot of people, not a lot, but there'll be quite a few people that will go and they'll plant their tomatoes, and as they grow a little bit more, they'll lean them over and put more of the stem underneath. It just gives them more support and possibly even more growth. So I may try that later on, not sure yet, but that's kind of where we're at. That one there. We'll put another one here. And what I do when I'm done planting these, I'm going to come in, backfill a little bit with some more dirt, some new dirt. Then I'll water these in, put some fertilizer in it, and we'll be good. It's getting a little windy out. Getting a little windy out. Oh, that didn't work. All right. All right, so we're going to do, I'll put one here. What are you doing, boy? My little lab is out here trying to help me out. He's trying to help out. All right, so this last one, there were two together, but their roots came together too. So when I took them apart, only one of them got the root. So this one's, I mean, I'll try and plant it, but I'm going to plant it with this one because it's still got a root. That one's, it's probably not going to make it, but we'll try it anyway. No need to waste it. At least give it a try. All right, so that's what we have for this bed. This bed's all done. San Marzanos, Brandywine tomatoes, and I just put my label right here. That way I know all of these are Brandywine tomatoes, just like I did here. Here's the San Marzanos. All these are San Marzanos, except for my cilantro. That's right here. Gotta have cilantro. All these tomatoes, you gotta make salsa too. All right, I think I got a lot more to do, but I figured I'd try a live, see what happened. Had a couple people stop in, got a couple of thumbs up. I appreciate you. Uh, I'd like it if you could do all the things, subscribe, share, things like that. What I'll probably do is I'll make a video of the rest of the stuff that I'm doing right now. Uh, and I'll go from there since this has been an hour. Really about all I want to do at this point. But I appreciate everybody that stopped in, everybody that come to hang out a little bit. Hopefully we got some subscribers, some thumbs up, all that good stuff. I appreciate you. So yeah, that's what we're going to do now. And appreciate y'all. Have a great week. Be safe and be good to each other.